So hey guys, welcome back in Going Bangla IT and another part of our Unreal Engine blueprint code learn. So in this part we'll learn there are lots of blueprint code we'll learn. So yeah, let's start. Or also if you already check out our the playlist of Unreal Engine blueprint, so please check out. Also you can, if you want, you can support me in Patreon, link in the description, link below. Okay. So first of all, as you can see, that is the timeline. What is basically the timeline? Timeline is a kind of like a block that if you want, kind of like, let me show you that you want a basically a rotation that it will be look very smooth. Okay, kind of like if I show you from the third person player character, like you want this camera that it will be rotate or just do anything, kind of, for example, it's rotate this smoothly in like that. Okay, so for making this that smoothly turn, so you can use the timeline basically. Okay, so let's now understand how we can create basically the timeline, what is inside. So if we double press, so we found the timeline, all this stuff. So we found a float, vector and other stuff. So first of all, let's create a float. So now we can call anything our variable name. So let's give it that speed. Okay, so yeah, that is basically the speed. So as you can see, there's a now a line come. Now if I right mouse, and as you can see, we can add a cube. So there's a time and the value, so we can use like is 0. So let's create one more, so it will be look like a wave. Okay, so basically you can create for it, this system also can work for if you want to create a aiming or the recoil system for your gun. Like when the gun shooting, you can use this system that for, you know, making some noise in your gun is spawning. So what will be do that it will be out shaky or basically the guns. Okay, kind of like a recoil. Okay, basically you get a recoil effect from this. And make sure the plus the up one is plus and the down one is minus figure. Okay, once you go at here the down one, you go, as you can see, the minus figure value, and once you add your timeline that it's go up, it always find the plus value. Also you find that use last frame key autoplay, that is play the whole stuff automatically after the end. Also you find the loop system, that is also work like the autoplay, then replicate it if you want that this system work in network like multiplayer, then ignore the direction and the stuff. And also you find the length, that how much your full basically the timeline length. So if you want, you can basically change from like 1 2 or yeah, whatever you want. Okay, so once you compile and save, and if you go graph, so as you can see, you find a straight float value. Okay, whatever you created here, you can find also the vectors and other stuff, as I say. So you can get the value. Now you can do. So for example, as you can see, they also give you some more option. That one is for the play. The play is for basically run this timeline. The second one is play from start. Whenever it's if you use this one, so it will be always start or play this stuff. If it's just think that you remove this thing, kind of like some stop, and you replay, kind of like if you just do this thing, so it will be replay from that position. But if you use the play start from the play from start, it will be always play from a start. For this stop, you can use this stop. Also you can do the fullest full stop reverse by using the reverse, and reverse and also available, and you can set a new timeline. Okay, also there's a value available for the timeline. Okay, basically that is the speed or controlling. Also from that you find the direction, what is the weights direction, you find a finish and update. Okay, now let's learn about the set activity, set hide game and deactive. So what is this? So basically this component mainly used in for mesh or cameras. Okay, for deactivating and activating, kind of like you in your gameplay, like this thing, like once you playing the game, you want to change your camera this to this. So for that case, you can use the basically set activity, okay, and deactivity. So let's do this. So for example, I already created a player, as you can see, and they have the two camera. Now I want to switch this camera to this camera in runtime gameplay, so I can use a keyboard. So let's use the keyboard that call L keyboard. So once I play the L keyboard, okay, so first of all we need to get our camera reference, so that is our camera and our follow camera. Okay, so we want that from our we want our new camera, basically the control, or we want to see from our camera. So from that we can search that set AC, and you find the set activity. So you can, once you click on, let's make also a flip and flop, what you learned already, the flip and flop. Okay, so first time it will be activate our new camera. So for activating, you can do the new active, and also for deactive this thing, you can search that this is basically this one, the deactive components. It will be deactive any of components. So we'll be deactive our follow camera. So DACTIV deactive. And now if I connect it with this thing, so now after that what will we do, it will very simply, once we click on play, now if I click on L keyboard, so as you can see we are changing the camera. Okay, so like that. So by this system you can basically change up the camera. Okay, we already learned these two stuff. Okay, now let's learn about that what is basically the hide in game. Hide in game is basically the feature whatever you find in the viewport. Also there is the option available if some of cases you want to hide your character, so you can basically hide in your actor. Okay, so you can add the renders hide, there's a mesh hide, and there's also some more option available. Okay, kind of like if I show you inside of a third person character, so just think that you don't want to see the mesh, but you are executing this thing, so you can go scroll down and here you find some option called visibility or the render. So you can set it at here that hide in game, so it will be basically hide the actor in the game. Okay, so for at here in blueprint code you find the same thing, that hide actor, if it's true it will be hide, if it's false it will be none, hide this thing and make it visible. Okay, kind of like set visibility. Okay, now let's make it side. Now let's learn about these sounds. So basically this is the sounds component. So the most of cases the game 80% depends on, or more than 50% depends on the game sounds. If there's no sounds in game it will be not work, or it's like a bore. So now let's add a sound. So for make sure for adding a sound you must need to remember that Unreal Engine only support that wave file. So let's import a wave file. So you can click on import. So I already have some sounds maybe in my library what is already convert for the that for my game. So I'm just let's use kind of like, let's use the wind, this song, this one. So there's basically a wind effect. Okay, now compile and save. Now I want to play this wind sound with my blueprint code. So how I do? So for that you can use the begin play, and you can set here that you find here some option that is basically the similar work, that is play sound 2D, play sound, and the set sound. So basically what is this, let me make it some separate. Let's use this two thing, that play sound 2D and play sound. So between difference those that first one is play sound 2D, it will be always play your sound in 2D. It's mean that whatever you go, where you are, okay, in your world, you always hear the wind sound. So at here you can set your basically the whatever wave file or sound effect you have, okay, in your library. So you can, if I say like this thing, so it will be play the music, okay, or the sound. This is also work for just if you want to make the gunfire system, or the the environment, rain sound system or something like that. Okay, then there's a play option available, that play the play audio, that is also the same, but at here he need a target. What kind of target? He basically need a spawn target. So it's mean that you can also spawn a sound at whatever you want. If you don't want to spawn in 2D or use in 2D, you want his reference for more advanced option, so you can use this spawn sound at location. So you need to set a location that where you want to basically put this sound. So like that you can select any of location, you find the location X, Y, and Z value, then you can return value, you can promote a variable that is give you the whole reference data. So from that you can basically play this thing. Also there's an option available that is start timeline. It's mean that you can basically start from anywhere of your sound direction, whatever is sound, kind of like just think that your sound is a 1.2 minutes. If you want you can play from only from 0.5 seconds. Okay, it's depend on yourself. So if you want you can do like this. Also at advanced settings you find some more option called stop. If you want you can basically stop also your sound by getting his reference. Okay, also if you want you can destroy him by using destroy components. Okay, also if you want you can change the new sounds, kind of like if you want to set a new sound at whatever is now spawned, so you can change the reference. Okay, so just set the target, and at here you can pick a new file, okay, or a new song. I hope you understand all of this code, and thank you so much for watching, guys. Love you all, and bye bye, and see you in the next video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. And if you have any question, you can comment in my comment box. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye bye, and see you in the next video.